Hi, I'm Denise, and it's great to have you back at Inside the Mind Meditations. We're on part 16, stage 2 of the fundamentals of physical and mental relaxation. And just a reminder to not operate heavy machinery or drive while meditating. And I'd like to begin by saying, as a teacher, I could appeal to your senses and entertain you, mesmerize you, hypnotize you, and make you believe I am everything you are not but want to be. And by doing that, I would hold you slave as your master, and thus enslave myself to you in turn, because you would depend on me to give you what you have inside but cannot find. Or I could just point you in the right direction and let you find yourself, and then we'd both be free. Freedom for both is better, because if one man is not free, no one is free. And in freedom, we remain whole, because for one to be the master and the other slave means both lose something to the other. The master cuts off bits of self so the slave can revere him, and in keeping the slave's reverence, the master becomes slave and the slave master, and thus the cycle never ends. And such a cycle is a form of emotional circumcision, and that we decide that there are only a few acceptable emotions to have, and the rest are bad, just as we decide which parts of the body need to be removed through our beliefs. We decide which emotions need to be cut off and cast away, so we can appeal to the senses of those who revere us, and thus build ourselves in their eyes, essentially making them our gods as they do us, and we both end up serving each other as God. However, if the energy resulting from those emotions we say are wrong to have isn't evil or destructive, it's better to keep those emotions while working with the not so positive aspects to transform them from lower to higher. And in doing so, we have the opportunity to measure and give rise to ourselves. One of the most common forms of lower emotions is anger, as it stems from all else. Anger is simply a signal sent to notify that you are, in the best of circumstances, being violated, if the anger is appropriate, and if not, it's rising out of something else that's not expressed. Regardless, generally, anger is nothing more than I didn't get what I want. So it's good to look at the source of anger and determine which way to move with it. The point with meditation is to learn to use the mind constructively rather than destructively, so that a full body of emotions can be held, and also so we can survive destruction when met with that. Those who mismanage their anger and all other emotions, as they realize misuse doesn't serve them, are more likely to try to change their behavior than someone who is sick in the mind and evil and steeped in self-service, and will do anything at the expense of another to gain what they wish for, especially if they have learned this behavior works for them. However, if we choose to pretend a full scope of emotion doesn't reside within us, so we can look like all our work has paid off and we never get upset anymore, then we lose the opportunity to transform the energy and to measure ourselves. No one is ever fully transformed, for if they achieve transformation on one level, then they must achieve the same on a higher level, as all must continue to rise. Ask any monk if they ever get angry, and they will tell you yes. But the difference is they use that anger as a measure of self and realize to handle things in a better way and more productive. So what they might call extremely peevish when referring to self, you might call slightly disquieted of yourself, and what you call slightly irritated, they may think of as enraged. Regardless, one is more likely to pay attention to the peevishness of a monk than a storm of destruction from an idiot who has no command of self. Peace does not mean you know only peace and nothing else. It means you are at peace within yourself to deal with whatever arises. Many teachers have different ways of teaching peace. Some teach in truth, some in not. Others in violence, while others encourage acquiescing to violence, exploitation, and other forms of abuse. They call this rising above the abuser, when really it is not. Allowing oneself to be exploited in any way does not humble us or bring us closer to God, but rather draws us away from the Creator while proving to those who abuse that's how they get what they want. Regardless of how you have been taught, keep in mind all teachers offer something, whether they are good, bad, ethical, unethical, incompetent, competent, honest, dishonest, self-aware, or self-deluded. We learn something from all of them. Many of our teachers don't even know they teach, and those who are, just as easily, may not be identified as a teacher. And just as there are rewards in working with any teacher, there are also genuine pitfalls. Regardless, each teaches what we need to know. And if we do not have the lesson, we do not have the need. And when we are ready for the lesson, it will come to us. Whether it's knowing ourselves or someone else, knowing the true mind or a true nature happens in a flash. And when we know it, we know our ignorance as well. And generally, we fall right back into it again and again and again, because a flash is just a flash. And we stumble upon the well of enlightenment, have a sip, get up, and go mess up again, because that's what we know and what we've been doing most of our lives. Eventually, we spend more time at the well, and instead of doing ignorant things, we begin doing things that show personal growth, and that we are more able to resolve situations as well as identify those situations which should be left alone. And there is only one way to get there, and that is through meditation and responsible, non-judgmental self-observation while correcting everything we do so it becomes the greater good for not only ourselves, but for all. And that includes all whom we love. The more we practice meditation for set periods of time each day, and then set our intention to be aware and in our bodies throughout the day, especially at the beginning of the day, the faster we get there, or not. Some take what is equivalent to a day, and others a million years. And just like Mount Everest, not all who set out to climb will summit. Only those who try, though, will succeed and have the experience which comes with such an endeavor. Anyone can put on a coat, boots, and gloves, buy the proper gear, and find the mountain of the desire. However, few will make it beyond base camp. And those who go further, not many make it to the top, and not many return. But I suppose the odds of getting there and returning are much better than what they were 100 years ago. But having gone, having made the trip and made the climb, no one ever returns the same. That's the same with meditation. Please lie flat on your back with your spine straight, hands beside the hips and palms up, and allow your eyes to rest comfortably as you settle in and make any last-minute adjustments for physical comfort, and become aware of your points of contact. And now your body as a whole. And once settled, Allow your mind to wander or to review the day's events or rehearse for future events or to conclude any thoughts your mind may have. And observe your thoughts without judgment, but while remaining aware of the body. And notice the feelings these thoughts create in the body, pleasant, not pleasant, or neutral. And as you notice those thoughts and feelings, check in to see how they feel in the body and become aware of where they are attached to. And notice, are the thoughts and feelings leaving the body feeling pleasant, not pleasant, or neutral? And if a particular thought or feeling persists, label it with one word, and then determine if it is a shared or unique experience, and return the focus to the overview of the body while allowing the mind to wander. And as you do this, also notice the areas of the body that are in complete comfort and those that are not. And notice which are attached to feeling or emotion. And opening your eyes softly, return your focus to your surroundings. Look around the room so that you become entirely aware of your space. Notice the objects within and any sounds. And as you become aware of your surroundings, begin deep circular breathing at 100% capacity. Inhale through the nose, filling the entire stomach, and then expand the breath to the chest. And exhale through the mouth, allowing the body to collapse as the breath leaves the body. And after 10 full breaths, with each inhale and exhale, counting as 1, return to soft breath. And with the next breath, close your eyes and look up and out through your third eye, activating the pituitary gland by crossing the eyes as you look out into the distance, and relax the breath to a natural soft breath. And allow the body to breathe naturally while remaining aware of the body and the breath, but retaining focus on the third eye. And if the stress is too great on your eyes, look off to the distance a bit, allowing the eyes to relax, but retaining focus on the third eye. Remain aware of the body and breath. And as you do this, become aware of the energetic field surrounding the body. It's good to keep a sense of wonder and awe held in the heart when we recognize this field, so that your energy remains of the higher emotions. And now, while lying on your back, let's activate our chi by rubbing the palms of our hands together at the same time that we rub the soles of our feet together. And having done that, please sit with the spine straight and move into prayer pose with 5 pounds of pressure as the palms press in together, and another 5 pounds as the thumbs press into the breastbone, fingers angled away from the body at 60 degrees, while the sides of the thumbs are pressed into the breastbone or heart center. And if you don't know how to do this, please start at the beginning with podcast 2. And now, activate the thyroid by closing the eyes 9/10 of the way and staring at the tip of your nose, again, crossing your eyes. And we will tune in to the divine wisdom now. Namo Gudray, Namo. Namo Gudray, Namo. Namo Gudray, Namo. And while still in prayer pose, and while still activating the thyroid, set your intention through great, sincere feeling from the heart. And this time, as you set your intention, I want you to feel all the love you have in your heart for those you ask for, and also for yourself. And if you have to, visualize them as you set your intention. But if you can, then I would prefer you move through feeling only, the feeling that you hold in great love and intent for yourself and those you ask for. And hold that great feeling of love in your heart as you state their name and your intention, and also identify yourself. And that said, start with, I ask this for myself and for whomever else, and also for the entire universe. And then feel your intention deeply within the heart. And now feel great gratitude in the heart while staying in prayer pose and while keeping the thyroid activated. And let's conclude with the prayer of protection, which is always wise as we further meditation. Akre Nameh, Chakre Nameh, Sakre Nameh, Cidy Devay Nameh. Akre Nameh, Chakre Nameh, Sakre Nameh, Cidy Devay Nameh. Akre Nameh, Chakre Nameh, Sakre Nameh, Cidy Devay Nameh. And now continue to hold the feeling of gratitude in the heart. And lay down again with the spine straight and feel the body settle in, placing your hands in a comfortable position and moving to 70% capacity. Let's begin internal breathing. Please softly close your eyes and place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth at the hard palate located right behind the teeth in a very relaxed manner, and relax all the muscles in your face. And keeping the tip of the tongue on the hard palate, breathe in and out through the nose at 70% capacity and become progressively aware of the breath as it moves from the tip of the nose in stages through the center of the body as though through a tube all the way down to the second chakra, otherwise where the first dandium is located. And as you become aware of the breath inside the nose and within the body, follow the sensation of the breath in stages. Feel the breath from the tip of the nose as it moves through the nose and feeling it move across the nose hairs as the breath passes through the nose, in and out. And then become progressively aware as the breath moves in stages. Follow the breath from the tip of your nose to the back of your throat. And now follow it from the tip of your nose to the back of the throat and into the lungs, keeping the breath at 70%. And following the same pattern from the tip of the nose to the back of the throat to the lungs, follow the breath now into the solar plexus. And this time, follow the breath as it moves through the nose, the back of the throat, the lungs, solar plexus, and into the navel. And following the flow from the tip of the nose, the throat, the lungs, the navel, follow the breath now into the second chakra, located between the navel and the crest of the pelvis. Continue breathing in and out with the tip of the tongue on the hard palate, base relaxed, inhaling through the nose at 70% and following the breath through the body to the second chakra, and exhale through the nose at 70%. And counting each inhale and exhale as one breath, count to 10 and then return to soft breath. And with the next breath, return to natural or soft breath. And please place your hands over the pelvic region or the belly, or wherever you can most comfortably feel the rise and fall of the breath. And turn your attention to the body. And without judgment, observe. Does the body feel heavy or light, tense or at ease? And feel the weight of the body as it sinks onto the surface you are lying on. And observe the points of contact for the head, shoulders, back, hips, arms, hands, legs, and feet. And feel them settle in comfortably, noticing the breath has returned to normal. And now turn the attention to the body, letting the points that want attention guide you. Notice the areas of discomfort while also making note of the areas of ease. Observe each for what it is, nothing more. Realize it and accept it. And if the mind interrupts, note thinking or feeling, pleasant, not pleasant, or neutral. And if the thought persists, label the thought or feeling with one word, and then identify it, shared or unique experience. And now let's do a full body scan through feeling without visualization, just making note, comfort or discomfort. Let's start with the forehead and the back of the head. The brow line and eyes. Cheeks, ears, and nose. Mouth and jaw. Noting areas of tension and ease, and allowing space to be made for balance. The throat and neck. Shoulders, front and back. And scanning now from the upper arms to the elbows. And the lower arms to wrists. And the hands to fingertips. Allowing all to relax. Scan the chest now and upper back. Lower abdomen and lower back. pelvic region and tailbone, hips, scan from the top of the thighs to the knees, both front and back. Lower legs to the ankles, feet, and finally the toes, allowing all to be as it is without judgment. And now, feel the body as a whole. Simply become aware of it through feeling. And now, observe the breath in its natural state. And notice, is the breath light and shallow, or deep and full, rapid or slow? How does breath feel in the body? Notice the breath as it changes. And now focus more deeply on the breath and count each inhale and exhale as one breath. And count 1 to 10 until you reach 10 and begin again. And now, without counting, but while keeping focus on the soft breath, please allow the mind its freedom to do as it will. Now remember, it takes 40 days to break a habit, 90 days to make a new one, and 1,000 days of practice for that habit to become who you are. Good habits are important. The studies show when we are stressed, even slightly, we revert to habit. So please begin by practicing your paramita meditation and active living, meaning to check in with the body and breath while observing the mind and emotions created, as we do during meditation. Be aware of challenging situations before you move into them. Ground yourself and prepare to focus on breath and body and observation of the mind. And also notice how things feel in the body. Doing this will allow awareness to begin within. You might not yet be prepared to do anything about challenging situations when they arise just yet, but you will not make things worse by being overcome in your mind when they do. And remember, as you observe yourself without judgment, to recognize thoughts or feeling, pleasant, not pleasant, or neutral. Label the thoughts with one word and identify if what you are experiencing is a shared or unique experience. And don't worry if you forget, as long as you remember to set the intention first thing in the morning as you get into your body and then your surroundings. Make a concerted effort to focus on the breath throughout the day while watching the mind and the feelings in your heart. Eventually, you'll remember. And personally, as I set my intention for paramita in the morning, I like to lie on my left side while I do these things before I rise, as it not only wakes the body up, but prepares for elimination. And since it works so well, when I wake up a couple hours before actually rising, I turn to my left side anyway and go back to sleep. However, when I go to bed at night to go to sleep, I lie on my right side, as that not only prepares the body for sleep, but it slows digestion so we don't digest our esophagus with any remaining food we have in our stomachs and end up with a hiatal hernia. Now you may choose to go to sleep or be on with your day. And if you wish to go to sleep, if you are able, please comfortably turn your head to the right and drift off to the sound of my voice after giving gratitude for the day and also for tomorrow and all week long. And if you wish to rise, please slightly turn your head to the left and become aware of your body, your fingers and toes, hands and feet, legs and arms, tummy and torso, shoulders, neck, face and head, and finally your body as a whole. And observe, does the body feel heavy or light, relaxed or tense? And now recognize your points of contact. Open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings, the things you see and hear, and the feeling in your heart. And after giving great gratitude for the day and for tomorrow and all week long, while holding the feeling of joy in your heart, you may rise when you are ready. It was great contemplating and meditating with you today. And please feel free to subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you with us. As well, your comments are always appreciated. A good day or night, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.